So let's go ahead and take a look at my top 10 goals during the 2025 MLS regular season for the Philadelphia Union. And just like I've done in previous seasons, yes, I'm looking at the actual goal scored, but more times than not, I'm looking up at the build-up. How did the Union build up leading to that goal? And so that's how I come to the conclusion for my top 10 goals for the season. It might not be the best looking goal, but the build-up absolutely plays a big part in helping me determine what's my top 10. So let's go ahead and look at goal number 10 against Columbus Crew, Tai Baribo's goal. So you have that ball played over the top by Andrew Rick. Ball played by Quinn Sullivan, first time finish by Tai Baribo. And how many times during the regular season did we see Tai Baribo finish first time? They called him one touch tie. And this is, I think, a great way to start off the top 10 list. This was for sure going to be in my top 10, but I was wondering where is this going to fit? And there were so many goals going back and looking at the goals the Union scored in 2025. And so we're going to see the big part, the big reason why this goal happened for the Union was because of this guy right here, Andrew Rick. You can see the high line by Columbus Crew on this goal, keeping everybody on side, keeping Quinn Sullivan on side, who's just making that run inside Mo Farsi. It's a beautiful ball placed over the top by Andrew Rick for Quinn Sullivan. No questions, is this one side or not? And what I love about this is the chest down, the first touch by Quinn Sullivan. You can see he's past Mo Farsi. He's in enough space, but he's got to get this touch completely right. He chests it down to himself and then continues his run forward. A great pass with the outside of the boot for Ty to finish there to make that 1-0 for the Union against Columbus Crew. Let's go ahead, though, and look at goal number 9. Tai Baribo once again against LA Galaxy. Corner kick played in by Kai Wagner. And this is so key right here. Kevin Sullivan is keeping this play alive for the Union. You can see it's tied 2-2, 96th minute. And Kevin, not the tallest guy on the field, but he does well to just retain possession for the Union in the dying stages of this game. And he's just going to go ahead and boot this ball towards Alejandro Bedoya. And Bedoya wins his 50-50 for Mikael Uhre. And Uhre does so well to hold off the defender. And he's running towards the end line. And the defenders play this well. He's trying to win the ball off of Uhre. Uhre is doing well to retain possession of this ball. He can't cut inside, and so he can only just run towards that end line. Look at 3 defenders for LA Galaxy just all paying attention to the ball. And Tai River's a clever striker once it comes inside the 18-yard box, where he's aware of the space, he's aware of the situation. Again, yes, we saw a lot of first-time finishing by Tai, like we'll see here on this goal. But then his movement in the box is so clever, and so Ty's just going to go ahead and just slowly drift backwards and receive this pass from Mikael Uhre, lifts his head, sees where Baribo is, and it's a perfect cross by Mikael Uhre for Tai Baribo to head home for the game-winning goal here in the 96th minute after the Union started this game so horribly, down 2-0 against LA Galaxy midweek. Union put 3 past Galaxy to go on and win this game. This is a huge midweek win for the Philadelphia Union. But again, it starts with Kevin Sullivan just playing this ball floated in for Alejandro Bedoya. We'll take a look at Bedoya winning this 50-50, and then Mikael Uhre doing well to just attack this ball. Attacking this ball, keeping himself on side, holding off the defender. And then Tai Baribo does the rest. Go ahead and see this this play once again. And so it's a corner kick played in by Kai Wagner. Bedoya wins that first header. And again, Kevin Sullivan does well to keep it alive. It's a good ball to Bedoya, wins the header. Mikael Uhre does so well between 2 defenders just to win that ball and to keep it alive, lift his head last second to know exactly where Tai is going to be. And that's a phenomenal header there by Tai Baribo to go ahead and just head that all the way in the far post past former Philadelphia Union goalkeeper John McCarthy. All right, goal number 8. Quinn Sullivan's goal against Atlanta United back in April. We can see ball played in by Indy, and this was a mess of things from Atlanta United. Cannot clear this ball away, cannot get it out of danger. Eventually, it's going to be played out wide here, only as far as Kai Wagner. And I love this. Kai can go ahead and take a touch, accelerate, and then play a cross in. Nobody's on Quinn Sullivan. First time finish. My goodness, the volley takes a chest down and finishes that wonderfully with the right foot for a two-time finish. My apologies. Just phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal strike there by Quinn, and I think that's probably the best looking goal already in this video early on with a rocket of a strike there by Quinn Sullivan. Again, just look at this, and Kai Wagner is a big part of why this goal happened, setting this up for the Union. Yes, a lot of it has to be on Atlanta for not clearing this ball away, but we can see right here just a mess of things, just people missing the ball, poor clearances, and Kai, go ahead, takes that touch, and you can see just in a ton of space, and Kai is so clever because he sees that there's no urgency from Atlanta to go ahead and just close this ball down. And so you can just go ahead and take this touch past the two defenders, and the defender's already taken out at this point. And so because of this, nobody's paying attention to Quinn Sullivan here, and Quinn can go ahead and attack this space. The Union have enough bodies inside that little 6-yard area, right above the 6 yard, where Kai just wants to go ahead and play this ball. And so you have Miguel Armoran not paying attention to Quinn Sullivan. And then you have the defensive midfielder not paying attention to Sullivan when this ball gets played in. So a lot of space. Can chest that down and then hit it on the volley. Beautiful finish there by Quinn Sullivan on the lower left hand of this goal down in the corner. Nothing Brad Guzan can do, and that's a beautifully struck ball here by Quinn Sullivan. All right, so right back at this same game, this goal by Danley John Jock right at the start of the second half to make it 2-0 for the Union. And it starts so early on with Atlanta trying to play out of the back with Brooks Lennon. You're going to see the first wave of pressure from LUKIC. Lennon gets past him, and then you're going to see just the pressure from Kai Wagner. And LUKIC is so key on this because he does get beat with his first challenge, but he doesn't give up on this play. Kai does enough to slow down Brooks, where Kai and LUKIC can go ahead and just take the ball off of Brooks Lennon. And now Kai has one thing in mind. It's we win this ball back in Atlanta's half of the field. Let's go ahead and attack this space. Let's get numbers for it. As soon as Kai wins that ball, Danley, and we saw this a lot in the second half of the season for the Union, would just make these forward runs into space. And so Kai, forward ball into Tai, first touch passing right here, and then Mikael Uhre sees a whole bunch of space, just a simple ball into Danley, who can go ahead and just first time finish between the legs of Brad Guzan to put the Union up 2-0. And this is exactly what Bradley Cronnell had spoken about back in January when he first got appointed as the manager of the Philadelphia Union. Wanting to score goals from quick transition moments. We win the ball back within 5-10 seconds. Let's go and have a chance. And that's exactly what the Union do here. LUKIC gets beat, doesn't give up on the play. Kai allows pressure, has pressure on Brooks Lennon. LUKIC doesn't give up on the play, and the Union can win this ball back. And as soon as they win this ball back, it's let's move forward. That forward pass, that entry ball is so key here by Kai Wagner into Tai Baribo, because you can see Atlanta United, as soon as Brooks Lennon loses that ball, now they've completely lost the defensive shape, and Kai's going to receive a lot of pressure here with this forward ball by Kai Wagner, and the Union don't rush anything. It's just a simple ball played back towards Mikael Uhre. Uhre can go ahead and just look at options around him. Doesn't force anything. Doesn't force the ball back to Tai, and sees that he has Danley John Jock just running down to his left into a yardage of space, and that's a beautiful Beautiful finish there by Danley between the legs to go ahead and put the Union up 2-0. Two great goals in this game against Atlanta as the Union go on and win this game early on in April. All right, so goal number 6, and this is one of those goals where I love this because it's all about the build up for me. It is all about the build up against Montreal, which this was a tough test for the Union. The Union eventually do wind up winning against Montreal away, which is a very, very difficult fixture. And the Union score. They get off to an early start in this game with a goal by Indiana Vassilev. But you can see it's just the movement, the quick movement we're going to see here from Frankie Westfield into Danley John Jock into Quinn Sullivan, and just quick passing down that right side of the field. And so Frankie going to go into Danley, Danley into Quinn, back to Danley, and again it's just quick passing. And this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful, and I do feel bad not putting this maybe a little bit higher, but there were some amazing goals scored by the Union, and maybe it's hard to say there was any more better goals than the quick passing we saw by the Union. 2 minutes in, Indiana Vassilev with a terrific finish there to put the Union up 2-0 in this game. And yes, it's great to see the coaching staff celebrate so early on. This is exactly what the Union would have wanted. A quick start in this game, and it starts by Danley, who was so key for the Union throughout 2025. Great passing, great awareness here, and just so much space for Danley to pick up. He's a quick player. He accelerates so fast, lifts his head, and sees Indy in a ton of space there. Tai Baribo is very crucial on this play with pulling out the center back to allow Indy to have this space here. And it's good awareness there by Danley to know where Indy's going to be. Indy attacks the space, and that's a terrific finish all the way up into the left corner of the goal for Philadelphia to take an early lead in that game. But goal number 5, Mikael Uhre finally makes his way on this list for his goal against Colorado Rapids. Going to put the Union up 2-0 or 2-1, sorry. But this all starts with Indiana Vassilev had a big game against Colorado back in the summertime. And you can see the defensive structure for Colorado here on this play. And Indiana Vassilev just so crucial, so key with opening things up. And so Indy does well to attack the space, and now going to go ahead and just receive that pass back quickly. Doesn't have any options, but you know what I love? I'll never forget this goal because I can remember sitting in the press box saying, man, he's slowing down the play, slowing down the play. Like the Union aren't going to have many opportunities. And a few seconds later, Indy made me eat my words because he was patient. He didn't force anything. He didn't rush anything. Colorado trying to hold on to this draw, sit back deep, but it was just a moment of Indiana Vassilev taking pressure away from Mikael Uhre to run into this space and hit it outside of the 18-yard box. So there's the touch again, and then a beautiful struck ball from the left, bottom corner for Mikael Uhre. And that's a terrific strike. We talk about the Quinn Sullivan goal being terrific on the volley. I agree. As of right now, probably the best actual goal. But a left footed strike outside the 18-yard box where you keep this one on target like Mikael does, that's got to be up there, right? For the best struck ball. Beautiful finish here by Mikael. Again, all because of Indiana Vassilev. Just quick passing, quick movement into space. Indy, such a clever player. He doesn't get a ton of goals, doesn't get a ton of assists, but his IQ, his work rate, so big for the Philadelphia Union. A big part of the Union's success during 2025 was because of that man. And he does well there just to create just a little amount of space for Mikael Uhre to go ahead and take a touch, another touch, and then a strike, a beautiful strike there outside the 18 with the left, past Zach Stefan to give the Union a 2-1 lead. Union eventually go ahead and win this one 3-1 with a Mikael Uhre brace. Let's go ahead to goal number 4. Jovan Lukic's goal against Nashville. Ball played in there by Wagner, and what a strike. First time finish by Jovan Lukic to tie this game up for the Union. 1-1 in the 33rd minute. Jovan Again, another big reason for the Union's success, just like Danley John Jock. The two defensive midfielders don't get enough notice, don't get enough praise from the national media, and they were huge for the Union this season. If you get one, if you get two goals from your defensive midfielders during the season, you're lucky. But the Union got multiple goals from that pair, and both players find a way on the top 10 goals for me during the season. And it starts by this man, Kai Wagner, the Union's main chance creator. Joe Willis, not really sure what he's doing here on this corner, completely misses the punch. Terrible goalkeeping there from the Nashville goalie, and then just a beautiful first time finish from Jovan. Yes, new goalie in, and you would hope that that this winds up being a goal, but you got to place that one on target. You've got to hit that right, and that's exactly what Jovan does to tie this game up one apiece. But goal number 3, Frankie Westfield against Columbus Crew back in May. Again, Danley John Jock, a big reason for this goal happening. Instead of, like we saw away in Montreal with a quick passing on the right side of the field, the Union go and do it on the left side now with Danley and Quinn Sullivan. And so ball gets played in to Damiani. He resets, and then going to see ball played forward by Wagner back to Damiani. Damiani with that floated ball over the top for Danley to go ahead and just run into yards of space. And we talked about the acceleration, the quickness from Danley right here. Just change your pace right here, cuts that inside, plays it. Good hold up play right here, and then beautifully struck ball from Frankie Westfield. Nothing, absolutely nothing Schulte could do there on that goal. This, for goal number 3, I feel so bad putting this at number 3 because of how good of a goal that was from Frankie Westfield. A hit from a fullback to score that goal. A fullback is scoring that type of goal. Columbus, one of the better teams in MLS, we know under Wilfried Nancy during his tenure, and the Union have struggled against Columbus since Wilfred's been the manager in Columbus. And so it was always going to take something special to beat the Crew. And it starts with this man right here, Danley John Jock, just attacking the space, just not forcing anything, taking his time, and then bam, change of direction right here into Tai. Good hold-up play by Tai, who's not really known for his hold-up play. And the strike from Frankie, outside the 18-yard box, top corner, couldn't have hit a better ball if he wanted to. I don't even know if Frankie could hit that same shot again if he tried to. In that moment, just beautifully struck ball. But goal number 2, Jovan LUKIC finds his way back onto this list. Ball played forward by the Union. Union going to go ahead and retain possession. Dying embers of this game. Ball played for Alejandro Bedoya. And Bedoya, not going to waste any time going side to side. Just going to go ahead and drive with this ball forward. Try to make something happen. So the ball played inside for Jovan. Jovan continuing forward, and this is a great threaded pass by Jovan. We saw a couple goals this season, but I think the thing that stands out for me with Jovan is his vision, is his passing. We saw time and time again Jovan playing this type of pass. He has the IQ, he has the awareness, he has the passing ability to split the lines. As a defensive midfielder, that's huge. You want your defensive midfielders winning the ball back and starting counterattacks, but you also would like for them to be a little bit creative. And the Union are fortunate to have two in Jovan and Danley. And so it's a great ball played between the two defenders of New England. Ball cut back for Indy, plays it to Jovan, and yeah, a strike that was out of this world early on in this season. A lot of people didn't know who Jovan LUKIC was, but after this game, to see the Union up 2-0, go on and win this game, yeah, you know who Jovan LUKIC was after this strike. I think this could have been up there for goal this season in MLS. I mean, a defensive midfielder has no right hitting the ball first time like Jovan did. Second time this season scoring a first time effort, and this was the first of his first time shots. And again, this one comes outside the 18. Lots of 18 or longer shots that the Union scored this season, and It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful strike there by Jovan for goal number 2. But goal number 1 on the season during the 2025 season for the Philadelphia Union, right here against DC United, Jacob Glesnes back in May. It's a throw in here. Jacob just going to go ahead and pull himself towards that back post. DC do not shut this down whatsoever. Not expecting this ball to be hit beautifully by Jacob Glesnes, by a center back. And I think this is great to see Jacob score a goal of this quality, because during his time with the Philadelphia Union, we've come to see at least one of these goals scored every single season. It's a beautiful goal from a center back to hit this first time. It's a beautiful strike. DC maybe expecting Jacob to head this, but to hit this with his right foot. This is a great cross, by the way, by Frankie Westfield to find Jacob Glesnes, to find him into that space. Jacob attacks his ball so well, nobody on him. He gets the technique all right. Nothing the goalkeeper could do there for DC United. And that will be it for goal number 1 during the 2025 season.